Hey Chapel and Rutledge, this is Callie. I have a good book for us to read today, and it's a very special book because it's a Richard Scarry book that was your daddy's book when he was a little boy, and he loved this book. We read it for hours and hours and hours, and I want to share it with you today. It's called The Best Word Book Ever, and we're going to start with work machines. Look at these work machines. These are machines that do work for us in Rutledge. You have some of these machines in your collection of toys. This one, as you can see, is a bulldozer. Can you see the bulldozer on this page? And then this one is a big shovel, and it is loading dirt into this trailer for the dirt to be hauled away. And then on this page over here, this is a tractor scraper. He's scraping the dirt from a big pile. And then this one is a tractor shovel, and he's moving the dirt with this big scooper right here to where it needs to go. And then look at this dump truck, Rutledge. That reminds me of your red dump truck that I see you playing with in the backyard when you get in the mud. And this is a loader that is loading this pile of dirt onto the dump truck right there. And then down here, this is a roller. Now, in the words up here, it tells us to look for the machine that is not moving dirt. And so when we look at this roller right here, look at what it's doing. It's not moving the dirt. It's got a big pile of dirt right here, and it's rolling it from one place to another to smooth it out. Maybe they're going to build a road there. Now, if you'll notice, all the characters in this book are animals. There are bears and cats and dogs and all kinds of animals that are operating the machines. Now, on the next page, we have pages about cars and trucks. Look at all the cars and trucks. Look at this first page right here. If you'll look, there's a car carrier or an automobile carrier. See the 4 cars that are loaded on the trailer? And, you know, I was just thinking about Mommy's new car. I bet her new car might have been brought to the car dealer for her to buy her new car on a trailer like this. Now, on this one right here, this is a gasoline truck. And it takes the gasoline to the gas station so we can fill up our cars and drive our cars. And then the next one is a milk truck. And then you see someone on a motor scooter. And then here is a tow truck. Rutledge, I think you have a truck that is a tow truck. See how it's towing this car, this old blue car that can't be driven? And then down here is a taxi. The yellow car is a taxi. Now, a taxi is a car that takes people where they need to go. If they need to go to the grocery store, or they need to go visit a friend, or wherever they need to go, and then they pay the driver to take them where they need to go. And then the red car beside that is a sports car. It's a convertible, isn't it? Doesn't have a top on it. And then let's look on this page over here. You see this big truck right here? That's a tractor trailer truck, and here's the cab that takes the trailer truck wherever it needs to go. Now, we can't see what's inside that truck, can we? We don't know. It could be food, it could be shoes, it could be books, it could be anything. But it's all closed in, so we can't really see what it is. And then down here, look at this garbage truck, Rutledge. You have a garbage truck. So there's, that reminds me of your truck. Is yours green? I can't remember what color yours is. And then this is a station wagon. A station wagon is kind of like a van. It's open here in the back. And this one is pulling a trailer with a boat on top. So the boat is, maybe they're going fishing. We don't know where they're going, but he's taking the boat somewhere to the water. And then here's a school bus with all the riders on the school bus. And of course, right now, our school buses aren't driving, are they? Because we're doing our schoolwork at home right now, aren't we? But the buses will be driving the boys and girls to school very soon. And then this is a motor scooter. It's kind of like a moped. And they have to be very careful when they're on the road because the motor scooter or the moped doesn't go very fast, so they have to be very careful to look out for the cars and trucks and not get in the way of those. And then this is an antique car. Antique means it's very old. So if it's antique, it's very old. Now, looking at the pictures again, look and see which cars do not have drivers. Let's look on this page. Let's look on this page over here, the first page. Can you see cars that do not have drivers? Most of them have someone to get them where they need to go, but which ones do not have drivers? What do you think about the automobile trailer truck here that's taking the cars to where they need to go? Are there drivers in these cars? No, they're not. Now the cab has a driver, but the cars don't have drivers, do they? But when they get to where they're going, there'll be a driver for them to, because they're brand new cars, and there'll be someone to drive them. Now look at this one down here that's being towed. This little blue car right here. I don't see a driver in there, do you? The tow truck has a driver, but the little car doesn't have a driver. Let's look on the other page and see if we see drivers. Let's see, it looks like a driver in the tractor trailer truck, and a driver in the garbage truck, and a driver in the station wagon, and the school bus, and the moped driver, and the antique car. They all have drivers, don't they? Now, let's turn to, we have one more page I want to show you. And this is about firemen and how they rescue people when there is a fire. Now, we want to look closely at all the different kinds of trucks and trailers and things that we use to help us be safe if there's a fire. It starts out up here. Let's do this page first. That's a rescue truck, and this truck is coming to the fire in case someone needs to be have special attention and be rescued, and the firemen need to take care of that person in a special way. And here's the police car. The police car would be there to make sure that the firemen can get to the fire safely. And then here's a truck that is pumping. You can see the fireman standing on top with a hose in his hand, and he's pumping the water up to this building right here where you see the smoke. Can you see the smoke coming out of the top of the building right there? And he's got the hose spraying the water to put the fire out. And then this is the big hook and ladder truck. Rutledge, I think you have one of these with this long ladder that help the long ladder on the hook and ladder truck helps the firemen get up to the fire when it's a tall building. And it's such a long truck. Look how long it is. It has drivers at the front and a driver at the back so that the truck can get safely to where it needs to go. And then these are things that you might see firemen use. This is an alarm that if someone sees the fire, they pull a lever and let the fireman know where the fire is. These are the boots that the firemen wear, and a first aid kit, and here's the helmet that the fireman wears to protect his head when he is putting out the fire. And then on this page, let's see what we've got here. All right, here we've got an ambulance. Up at the top is an ambulance in case someone is injured because of the fire and they need to go to the hospital. And then this is the fire chief right here. That's his car that he helps the firemen be able to get close to the fire and make sure that no one's in the way and they can put out the fire safely. And then this is a pumper truck. You see the hoses? The hoses are running from the fire hydrant, and the fire hydrant is right here, and it is connected to water lines that go under the street. And if the firemen attach the hoses to this fire hydrant, and it allows them to spray the water onto the fire where it needs to go. Now this character in the story is, he was in this top window up here, and he had to jump out because the fire and the smoke was getting so hot that he couldn't stay there. And so this is a rescue net. You see the fireman holding the rescue net, and he sees that red dot right there, and he's jumping so that he can land right on that red dot and be safe. And so here's the fireman on the ladder, and here's one of the characters. Now this is a kitty cat character, and he is going up that tall ladder to help the kitty cat get on the ladder and come down and be safe from the fire. So, haven't we had fun reading about all kinds of machines and equipment that we've read about in this book? And I've enjoyed reading it to you, especially knowing that your daddy liked it so much. It was fun reading it to you too. We'll look at it again because there are a lot of other pages in this book that I think you would enjoy. Have a good day, and I love you very much. Bye-bye.